Obsessed? Absolutely.
Comics are
100%.
part of how I learned to read.
The books, I think, are our primary love.
I have been the fanboy. We went to a convention a few years ago, and I got to meet Bill Willingham, who's like one of my favorites of all times, and I girled out. And my friend that went with me, Daniel, laughed at me because I was just like, oh, it's Bill Willingham. And I usually considers myself pretty calm and collected. I was just like giddy. My name's Richard Parman. I own Rick's Comic City. I've owned Rick's Comic City for 10 years now. When I started my business years ago, literally we started with $500 in my collection. I just hit a point in my life where I decided when was it going to be too late to do it. When I opened my original store, I had 80 long boxes of comics. I had like 50 cases of toys, and I think like 5 or 6 bookshelves full of statues. We've mainly grown and changed the store in baby steps. When we first moved into this location, it was 2 wooden comic book stands and a whole bunch of tables down the side of the wall. And as we progressed, we painted the walls, we hung the slat wall, we did everything in little steps. We started out as a game store. When we originally opened, we carried Magic the Gathering, Pokemon. We came in during the Pokemon boom. And then later on, as those games kind of fell off, we started carrying more and more comics. I would say most collectors are obsessive at some point.
Part of it is just the habit of coming in here every Wednesday and looking forward to that. Part of that is the friendship in here and the relationships and whatever. But there's also just looking forward to getting the new comics every week, and can't wait till the weekend or whenever. You just got to be in here on Wednesday for those.
Originally, I collected comics, I played Magic, I collected statues, I collected toys, I collected way too much stuff.
Yeah, I've known him for many, many years, and every one of the other guys I've met along the way through this store. I think with our group, we cover, my goodness, indies, mainstream, you name it. I mean, there's somebody in our group that on any given week, we're pretty much covering a big chunk of it. I have a deep respect for each of them. And but they each, it's fun to be in a group with like
Mindsets.
passions, mindsets.
There is the collector side of it, of owning them, but a lot of times the focus is put on the dollar value that a collection's worth. And I know from my standpoint, I don't consider that as important as the reading of the comic, the enjoyment of the comic. I always tell like my new readers and stuff that if you're not reading them, you're not getting anything out of them. And whenever you get a good writer and a good artist on a book, it's almost a home run every time. I love like Brian Hitch.
Jeff Johns.
Peter Tomasi.
I like McGuire's art from the old Justice League.
Terry Moore.
Robert Kirkman.
Robert Kirkman.
Ed Brubaker.
Ward Ellis.
Andy Diggle.
Adam Hughes. Grant Morrison, and Amanda Connors. Power Girl is awesome. My main hobbies these days is pretty much I run the store. I treat that as my hobby. This is my collection until it's gone. So it's about the only way I can keep the collector in me alive. This is a hobby that you do. You read, you enjoy. I don't think there's another job in the world for me right now. I am very spoiled with what I do. I enjoy running my comic book store extremely.